Hi, I'm Mike Damergis, and welcome to Week 8 of the RotoExperts Email Advisor. And he's the King, Scott Engel. And Scott, where's the costume? You promised your Kiss outfit.
No, I'm dressed as a RotoExpert this year. You know, it's a lot more festive than scary.
Okay, so you normally get dressed as a king, though, or a RotoExpert? How do you see yourself?
Well, it depends on the day of the week. You know, probably tomorrow I'll be walking around as a king.
Okay, you're just the king of fantasy sports,
Yeah,
right?
king of fantasy sports. Actually, people can dress as me this year. I've become that popular.
Kind of like Dr. Evil, no?
Yes, yes.
Shave the head bald and put some
Yes,
glasses
would you
on?
like a hot pocket? It's quite breathtaking.
Let's get to the question, shall we?
Yes, shall we? We shall.
Let's start with Polish Can. He has a 10-team PPR. Am I crazy to drop Michael Bush to pick up Amendola? I have Ridley, Murray, Bush, and Doug Martin at running back, and Brandon Marshall, Antonio Brown, Jeremy Curley, and Brandon Gibson at wide receiver, Scott.
Well, it's not crazy, but it's not what I would do. You can never have enough depth at running back, Mike, especially with a guy who can score touchdowns at any time like Michael Bush, and Matt Forte does have a tendency to get hurt. Danny Amendola could be back from that horrific collarbone injury by next week and is a great PPR receiver and can really help you in pretty much any format. I would probably drop one of those wide receivers to pick him up. Let's see who performs better on Sunday between Jeremy Curley and Brandon Gibson. You're likely going to drop Brandon Gibson, though, to pick up Danny Amendola because Gibson is playing that role to a lesser degree for Amendola until he comes back. So ultimately, you might be dropping Gibson for Amendola rather than Bush for Amendola.
Brett Scharf asks, I have Stephen Ridley. I've been offered Steven Jackson and Darrell Richardson for Ridley. I'm concerned about the Pats' crowded backfield, though, Scott.
I think you're overanalyzing there. I mean, you're picking up an entire backfield, two guys that split and that are mediocre for fantasy purposes in Darrell Richardson and Steven Jackson. At least, yeah, Stephen Ridley's part of a backfield, but he's still the number one guy there in terms of fantasy, and he's definitely the number one guy in terms of scoring touchdowns. You do not prove his situation at all by making this acquisition. Steven Jackson is not going to outscore Stephen Ridley going forward, and you can't start both these guys together, and in any given week, one could outscore the other, and they're both mediocre. Keep Stephen Ridley. That's not an upgrade at all.
The Fun Bunch. Remember them in the 80s with the Redskins, the Fun Bunch?
Yes.
A lot of fun.
Yes.
He has Pierre Garçon, and he's killing him, he says. I'm getting impatient. Is it time to release him to waivers? He seems to be very risky for the remainder of the season, Scott.
We don't know the timetable exactly on Pierre Garçon's return. Pierre Garçon, the skunk de pure. We don't know exactly when he's going to kiss your fantasy team again.
Kiss it goodbye,
yeah,
right?
So right now it seems like you want to kiss him goodbye. But you can't cut him just to cut him. It'd be one thing if you have a certain trade target out there, a certain waiver target out there that you definitely want to pick up and you're making a tough decision. But you can't drop a playmaker like that because when he comes back, especially in the fantasy playoffs, he can help your team. Don't cut him just to cut him. If you can hold on to Garçon and stash him, we don't know anything for sure. You'll regret it if he comes back in a week or two and you don't have him.
Stepdaddy wants to know who's your daddy. Pick 3, Reggie Wayne, Jordy Nelson, Vic Ballard, Eric Decker, or Lance Moore, Scott.
Okay. We're going to go Lance Moore.
Okay.
Lance Moore is very dependable and reliable.
Check him off here with the black magic marker.
We're going to go to Eric Decker.
Okay.
Because they play the New Orleans Saints, and the New Orleans Saints pass defense
is
a defense? Horrible. It's horrible. And Jordy Nelson has a hamstring problem. I actually don't know if you can use him. Mm-hmm. Who was the first guy on there? That you
Reggie
mentioned?
Wayne.
Reggie Wayne is a must start.
Okay.
So there you go. You got 3 right there. You got Reggie Wayne, Decker, and Lance Moore. And if Lance Moore is in a PPR and Jimmy Graham is either limited or can't go, you got to like Lance Moore even better.
J Zulu 81 asks, he has a flex question. Alex Green, Nate Washington, or Josh Gordon, Scott?
I immediately eliminate Alex Green. Super mediocre.
Put the big X.
The guy can carry 20 times for 20 yards. You don't want to use him. So it comes down to Nate Washington and Josh Gordon. Gordon's a boom or bust, although he's been playing really, really well lately. But it's too much of a gamble, I think, overall. I don't know how well they'll be able to do against San Diego. San Diego doesn't have a good pass defense. But then again, neither do the Indianapolis Colts. And I think Nate Washington's more dependable and reliable, and he's the safer pick.
So, Scott, if any of the listeners on your SiriusXM show want to get in touch with you, or the RotoExperts followers, how do they get in contact with you to send an email and be read on this very show?
Check out our email advice tab right there on the homepage of RotoExperts.com. And also check out our Sunday Royal Chat powered by Google Plus Hangouts, 9:30 to 12:30 Eastern every Sunday with myself and Jake, the all-in kid Seeley.
Hanging out with the king. What's a better way to spend a Sunday, right?
What better way to spend any day? Thanks a lot.
Mike Damergis for Scott Engel. Thanks for watching.